Here is a breakdown of the main points and insights from each chapter of The Power of Habit, Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business by Charles Duhigg, along with actionable steps for entrepreneurs to implement these points and achieve success in business. Chapter 1: The Habit Loop. The book begins by introducing the concept of the habit loop, which consists of a cue, a routine, and a reward. According to the author, all habits follow this basic structure, and understanding it is the key to changing and developing new habits. Actionable steps. Identify the cues, routines, and rewards of your existing habits to understand why they occur. Use this knowledge to change or develop new habits by replacing the routine while keeping the same cue and reward. Chapter 2: The Craving Brain. In this chapter, the author delves into the science behind habits, specifically the role of the basal ganglia and the prefrontal cortex in habit formation. He also introduces the concept of craving, which is the key motivator behind all habits. Actionable steps. Use visualization techniques to develop a strong craving for the habit you want to form. Practice mindfulness to become more aware of the cravings that drive your existing habits, and use this knowledge to change or replace them. Chapter 3: The Golden Rule of Habit Change. The golden rule of habit change is to keep the same cue and reward while changing the routine. The author provides examples of how this can be applied in personal and business contexts. Actionable steps. Identify the cues and rewards of your existing habits and determine which ones you want to change. Experiment with different routines until you find one that works for you and provides the same reward as the old habit. Chapter 4: Keystone Habits. Keystone habits are habits that have a ripple effect on other areas of our lives. In this chapter, the author provides examples of keystone habits and explains how they can be used to develop positive change. Actionable steps. Identify keystone habits that can lead to positive changes in other areas of your life or business. Focus on developing these habits first, as they will have a cascading effect on other areas. Chapter 5: Starbucks and the Habit of Success. Using the example of Starbucks, the author illustrates how the company's success is due in large part to its ability to create and reinforce customer habits. Actionable steps. Focus on creating positive customer habits by providing a clear cue, a simple routine, and a satisfying reward. Use data analysis to track and measure the success of these habits and adjust accordingly. Chapter 6: The Power of a Crisis. The author explores how a crisis can create an opportunity for individuals and organizations to change their habits and adopt new ways of doing things. He provides several examples of how crises have led to positive change, such as the transformation of Alcoa under the leadership of Paul O'Neill. Actionable steps. Embrace a crisis as an opportunity for change and growth. Use the urgency of the situation to rally support and momentum for new habits. Chapter 7: How Target Knows What You Want Before You Do. This chapter delves into the world of consumer data and how companies like Target use it to analyze customer habits and develop targeted marketing strategies. Actionable steps. Use data analysis to identify customer habits and preferences. Develop targeted marketing strategies that leverage these habits to increase sales and customer satisfaction. Chapter 8: The Habits of Successful Organizations. The author explores the habits of successful organizations, using examples like the success of Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps and the turnaround of the failing company, the Aluminum Company of America. Actionable steps. Develop a strong culture that values and encourages good habits. Create a system of accountability that rewards positive habits and discourages negative ones. Chapter 9: The Neurology of Free Will. In this chapter, the author delves into the science of decision-making and explores the role of the prefrontal cortex in creating habits and making choices. Actionable steps. Practice mindfulness to become more aware of the choices you make and the habits that drive them. Use this awareness to make conscious choices that align with your goals and values. Chapter 10: The Habits of Societies. The author explores how habits can shape entire societies, using examples like the civil rights movement and the success of the crime-fighting strategy in New York City under Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Actionable steps. Identify and challenge negative societal habits that are holding you or your business back. Use positive habits to create a culture of success within your community or organization. Chapter 11: The Power of Belief. In this chapter, the author explores the role of belief and faith in shaping habits and driving change, using examples like the power of Alcoholics Anonymous and the success of the Montgomery bus boycott. Actionable steps. Use the power of belief to drive change and create positive habits. Develop a sense of purpose and mission that inspires you and your team to work towards a common goal. In summary, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg explains how habits work and how they can be changed to improve our personal and professional lives. The book provides numerous real-life examples of individuals and organizations that have successfully transformed their habits to achieve success. The key takeaways include understanding the habit loop, identifying cues and rewards, creating new habits to replace old ones, and using willpower and belief to drive change. Entrepreneurs can implement these insights by identifying and analyzing their own habits, setting clear goals and strategies for change, and using rewards and social support to maintain new habits. The book provides a valuable framework for anyone looking to create positive change in their life and work.